What's good, Humble Squad? It's your boy HumbleZiggy. We back here with another reaction for y'all, and we back with another Louaista video for y'all. And we got hip hop's most embarrassing performance. And hey, I guarantee you, and with the whole, and like how this whole Super Bowl performance has passed from Kendrick, people are saying about how this was the worst performance ever, this was this and that and third, and the people who are saying it's the worst has not seen any it's like, and the fact that they wanted to see Lil Wayne, like I said, I would always respect, I always love and admire and respect Lil Wayne, right? But let's get this one thing out of, let's state this: there's a difference between you're a fan of someone and when you're a stan. Because I may love Lil Wayne when it comes to his music, but let's call a spade a spade. Sometimes even your favorite rapper, as much of a Lil Wayne, can have some very bad performance. Cause trust me, there's videos of Lil Wayne having bad performance. Am I saying all of them? No. But for people to say about how they wanted Wayne to do the Super Bowl halftime show than Kendrick, I'm sorry. And I get it because it was in New Orleans, but still, if you go look back on Wayne's performances over the years, I guarantee you there were some bad ones in there. But from this video, I guarantee you Wayne wasn't the only one who had bad performances. So we better check this out. Shout out to Louaista, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my socials up there. And without further ado, let's get it.
When a rapper steps out to perform in front of an audience, the goal is to project the coolest version of themselves. It's basically an exercise in making yourself seem superhuman and striving to create moments where your aura ensures that they're hanging on your every word, from the moment you step on stage until the moment you leave them wanting more. Basically, you kind of want it to go like this.
Yep. You basically want it to be a hype as hell.
But
the infamous walk,
that doesn't always happen. Instead, there have been plenty of times when an artist takes a massive L in front of a crowd of thousands. And by the time that it hits social media, the whole world has...
So ironic that we see Drake here, because with the whole thing,
seen them majorly slip up and get clowned as a result. It's your boy Louaista, and these are rap's most embarrassing performances. Sometimes, the reason why an artist is set as a little cringeworthy to watch is because they can't get the crowd on board. And in an era of cameras filming your every move, a rapper can't even have a few rough sets earlier in their career without the whole world having to learn.
Damn it. Sorry about the ad, y'all. Just do a little skip on the ad right there.
Learn about it. And one person who found this out firsthand was Coi Leray. Before she ever really found her niche later on, Coi Leray was more accustomed to getting trolled by the hip-hop world than being taken seriously.
True.
From her overconfidence in interviews,
everybody tried to shit on me. It was like, oh, you're a TikTok artist, all this other stuff. And I was like, man, listen, little do y'all know, I ain't give a fuck. Once I knew that the TikTok drove streams, I'm about my money and I'm about strategy. If you don't appreciate the music and you hating because you can't do it the way I did, then that's cool. But check the numbers out.
All the way through to her infamous XXL freshman cypher freestyle.
Boy, oh boy, were they roasting the hell out of her for these freestyles. I'm sorry. If y'all, and mind you, this was 2021. Y'all were saying about, it's basically like this. People were still to this day were saying about how Lil Mosey's 2019 freshman freestyle was the worst. Say hello to this one. Look, all due respects to Coi Leray, right? All due respects to her, because apparently she has a freestyle out now, and be on the lookout for when I react to that. But girl, they was roasting the hell out of you for this freestyle right here.
Oh, where she started dancing.
Or cypher, sorry.
Bars.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, bitch, you gon' get money, let's go. We got the money,
They really had a lot to work with when it came to taking shots at Benzino's estranged daughter. But the hate and general disinterest that she was receiving from the culture back then really came to a head when she took to the stage at Rolling Loud Miami in 2021. And to say the crowd was uninterested in what she was serving up would be an understatement.
Silence.
They wet like Dory, dumping these niggas like Lori. Hold on. Applying the pressure, ain't nobody better way up in the sky. Bitches all on my level. We with this shit, my whole gang full of.
Bro, there was. Nigga, the silence is so. You ever hear? The silence is so loud. Like, if that ain't such a contradicting thing right there, that the silence of all of this is so loud. The only thing I'm hearing is just well, obviously you're supposed to hear the artists and the music, right? Of course. But I'm sorry. But even those two are nothing compared to the silence of how people are. The silence is more louder than the music or her.
I don't trust no one that dances with the devil.
Despite trying to give her all to the performance, it looked like Koi had people doing the mannequin challenge from a few years back. And unfortunately for her, the disdain from the set wasn't limited to those on the premises either. As in the live stream chat, she was getting cooked just as badly and told to hold
you can't twerk yourself out of this one.
With fans saying,
Lord, she was Ice Spice before Ice Spice did this.
More like a Rolling Quiet performance. You can only imagine how brutal the comment sections were, with people tearing her apart everywhere the video got posted. As the footage blew up, Koi had to do what most artists do after a rough performance: address it online. She chose to focus on the positives by thanking her fans for all the love. "I'm loved by so many people, it blocks out the hate," she stated. "It's about over 100 artists who performed on that lineup, and all people want to do is eat up my crack. LOL, gotta love this shit for real, I got good problems." And when that didn't work, she just kept trying to take it in her stride, claiming that it was her originality that was the problem.
I wouldn't be who I am if I wasn't for me, you know?
You can't say it's originality, because sometimes, and the thing is, mind you, XXXTentacion, rest in peace to him, right? He has his originality, right? But even he has a way of how he can entertain people with his originality. And you saw it in his performance. Ski Master Slump God, he has his originality. And you see how he can entertain the audience. Juice WRLD. And the reason why I'm only saying those type of people, because I'm guessing, because to me I feel like she fits around those types of young rappers or whatnot. But I'm just saying, those three I just mentioned, they all have their own difference when it comes to their music, right? Their own originality. But whenever he gets to that main stage, you can definitely tell they can really get their energy not only in music, in like an audio, and not only in the music videos, but definitely on that live performance. You can definitely see the energy there.
That was the problem.
I wouldn't be who I am if I wasn't for me, you know? I feel like there's only one of me, and the reason why everything is the way it is because of me. So it don't matter if they're talking bad or good, they're talking.
That's right.
Because of me.
Although it was rough for her back then, Koi is now a far more established part of the female hip-hop landscape and even locked down a few hits over the years. But sometimes, a ridiculous onstage incident can take place for a rapper long after they're already established as a star. And even as you ascend to being one of the biggest icons in the modern era, it can still follow you around. Just like the time that Travis Scott gave hip-hop an eternal meme by falling in auto-tune.
That's right.
Whoa!
Man fell so hard he started speaking in italics. Imagine he died in...
What the hell? I don't even think that would be well, I wouldn't call that embarrassing, but I'll be like, God damn. I hope he was okay after that. Like, damn, how... And pause on what I say is, how deep was that hole? Because that boy, it's like one of those cartoon like effects where somebody falls down a hole and they're just going and such. Like, god damn, that boy went like and the sound effect. Yeah. That's crazy. Not the sound effect. It sounded like a sound effect, but nah, that nigga went Listen to how he fall. So, yo.
Man,
that's
so
crazy.
He started speaking in italics. Imagine he died and those were his last words. What happened on this occasion was that Travis Scott was doing a guest spot during Drake's Boy Meets World tour at the O2 in London. And as he got amped up to perform Goosebumps, he clearly forgot to look where he was going. But in typical LaFlame fashion, there was nothing that was gonna stop him from raging, and with the assistance of Drizzy, he soon popped out of the pit of hell that it looked like he landed in. A little while later, Travis was asked about his tumble, and rather than accept that it was a funny little accident, he tried to play it off as though it was something far more profound than it really was. I didn't fall, dude. I was flying. I was floating. Nothing happened. Floating is amazing. It's like getting in a plane.
Son.
I'm a magician, like David Blaine.
Son.
But one
son. Don't, nigga. You ain't gonna. You not, boy. Hold on. Which button should I use for that one? Where's my displeasure button? Nah, nigga, you ain't finna play that off. You know damn well you was embarrassed. Talking about you was floating in this amazing. Get out of here. You was embarrassed, nigga. Fuck you, me.
I'm a magician, like David Blaine. I could never fall. But one person who was presumably less happy about the whole thing was Drake.
This nigga Drake.
Because in the aftermath of Travis's descent, Drake informed the crowd that the show would be refunded and subsequently gave the money back to all 20,000 attendees. And depending on who you want to believe, this is actually where the line "Turn the O2 into the O3" came from on his smash hit, God's Plan. So while this may have been a bad night for Travis, Drake's fans certainly came away from it happy. But on the subject of Drake, his own live show record isn't without its blemishes. And no, that's not a reference to his bullet hole hoodie and accompanying trail of smoke from the Anita Max Wind Tour in Australia. Instead, there was a time where Drake, despite being one of the biggest artists in the world, found himself getting booed off stage. Before getting into that, it's important to note this infamous encounter at Camp Flog Gnaw isn't exactly the only time he slipped up on stage, sometimes literally. Like the time where he forgot he used to be wheelchair Jimmy in Degrassi and his legs just stopped working.
Damn.
Or the moment early in his career where he got a little too up close.
If it's the video I know he's gonna play.
While learning how to code. Janitor. There's no experience.
If it's what I think it is.
Personal with a girl who was 1 year below the age of 18 and wound up making the news as a result.
Yep, there we go. Nigga. And people still. I'm like, nigga. This is a video we're talking about with the whole thing that happened last year. The whole thing with Drake and look. Certified lover boy, certified. That fucking move. Nigga. And it's so crazy that during the after Not Like Us and whatnot, bro. You need to tell me that it's a coincidence that after when the songs came out, especially after Not Like Us, this video came out of nowhere. Right? Because even though it was already even though this video, the fact that this says the article is more than 6 years old, right? And Not Like Us came out last year. But the fact that this is a 6-year-old article and we just now seeing this, well, last year when Not Like Us came out, it just so happens this just resurfaced out of nowhere. Like, bro, this just shows you that I don't care. It don't matter how big you might think you are. There's gonna be some blemishes like this. Can't go to jail yet. You don't know, like, hold up. You don't know if you should feel guilty. Nigga. And Drake stands. Y'all need to, this is your guy. This is your king. This is your king right here. Saying to a 17-year-old, why you look, hey, what Kendrick said, these predators move in flocks. And boy. And mind you, this is the same nigga who said that not only that, no, this is the same nigga who said he worship, he look at Diddy or what, well, how would I say it? Idolized P. Diddy, so, and you see how his situation is, so just saying, birds of a feather flock together.
But years on from either of these situations, Drake was booked to perform as a surprise headliner at none other than Tyler the Creator's own festival at Dodger Stadium. The only problem that Drizzy had was that this wasn't his crowd. In fact, without Tyler even saying anything, the crowd had jumped to the conclusion that they would be seeing his old Odd Future bandmate Frank Ocean. So when Drake appeared, a vocal section of the crowd were not into it. And after weathering the storm for a little bit, he asked the audience if they wanted to see the show continue. And when he was emphatically told no, he left the stage to a chorus of boos.
Like I said, I'm here for you tonight. If you want to keep going, I will keep going tonight. What's up? If you want to keep going, I will keep going tonight. But look, it's been love. I love y'all. I go by the name of Drake. Thank you for having me.
Damn. So even in 2019, niggas wasn't even rocking with Drake.
Settled, the whole situation prompted an angry response from Tyler, who couldn't believe what he had witnessed. In his estimations, he thought bringing one of the biggest artists on the fucking planet for a music festival was fire. He then admitted he was a little tone deaf knowing the specific crowd it drew, and that some people created a narrative in their head and acted out like assholes when it didn't come true. I don't fuck with that. Y'all represented me and Flog to my guest and made us look so entitled and trash. Since then, Tyler has continually aired his grievances about the whole thing, claiming that it was a bad look for him and his fans collectively.
What was that? Everyone thought Frank was gonna be there, but I never said he was or implied it or anything. And Drake came out. Everyone's having a good time, but it was a few people in the front who were just not fucking with that. The only reason why I was mad is because I was like, yo, Aubrey, come to this. Everyone's gonna welcome you with open arms. These kids here don't judge. Like,
no, they don't.
This is a safe spot for anyone.
Yeah.
And then when that happened, and these motherfuckers is like, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's like a reflection on me to Aubrey, and I'm just like, it's like coming to my house.
Yeah.
And then my kids start peeing on your leg.
Right.
And like you start looking at me like, dog, get your fucking kids, bro.
As for Drake, he did what he does best and tried to act unbothered by the whole thing by trolling the audience that scorned him on Instagram, with the joke even being saluted by Frank Ocean himself. Plot twist, just signed a 10-year residency at Camp Flognaw. Sorry kids, see you every single year till you're 30. Afterward, Drake spoke about the incident on Rap Radar, admitting that the way it played out completely caught him off guard.
Like, I was kind of sitting there going like, you guys know Frank's not here, right? So it's like, you may as well just like get over that and now like let's rock, cause like I'm the guy, I'm the replacement. So I got a couple joints if you want to hear. Like it was, I just walked myself into a situation that like, but at the end of the day, I knew right away. I'm like, they came to see a different show. Yeah. I already knew I was the talk of the gram for like the next 2 days.
Unfortunately, artists sometimes need to adapt to hostile or even just flat out uninterested crowds, because otherwise it's going to be a long night. And for DJ Khaled, this is something he's had to get accustomed to. Considering there's always a lot of speculation over what exactly Khaled does, there's no surprise that he's not exactly the most in-demand live performer. And when you book him to play at an EDM festival, things get even worse. As despite his numerous attempts to try and get them on board, it just didn't work.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way! If you all the way up, put your hands in the sky like this. And sing this, sing it up! Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way.
That That was painful to watch. But rather than take any kind of response...
Bro, you can just... It's basically like this. You know it's so bad. And this can be to any artist. Let's get that off the record. Male, female, don't matter. You just know it's so bad that even when it's the most infamous, even if it's like the most chanty chorus people are gonna know. If nobody's rocking with you in particular or whatever, it just makes it that more, you just want to make this face where it's like that secondhand embarrassment. Because even though
he essentially said it wasn't his fault in a post on Instagram, where he said they tried to sabotage his sound. I still stood on stage with no sound, and when they got it to work, they want to cut my set short. They don't want us to win, so we went for their head top. It's all love though, I forgive them. To no one's shock except Khaled's, people didn't exactly buy this explanation, particularly when there was no excuse for the similarly muted response at Social Gloves, a boxing event in Miami.
All I do is win, win. Got money in your mouth.
God damn it.
Marketing professional. I think
that
the big
secondhand embarrassment is
is the scalability.
No. I can't even watch.
This is what happens when I memorize something.
Jesus Christ. Bro. That's when you know it's so cringeworthy to me. You think I'm faking this? No, nigga. It's just that. Y'all thinking I be faking certain things when I watch it. Whether it be music or this. No, nigga. If something gets me an emotion like that, especially if it's a embarrassing moment, you think I'm supposed to just like say, yeah, like no, nigga. If the crowd's not getting hyped, imagine if you're the one who's doing the thing, right? And nobody in the crowd is not saying none of the lyrics, not getting hyped or anything. And I'm just standing there trying to hype up the crowd and whatnot. And many times I try, nobody's saying nothing. You trying to keep the person like, oh, we get lit and all that, but you know damn well deep inside, you feel embarrassed as hell.
Something for an exam and the different questions come. When the homeless guy walks past your car screaming, as painful as that was to watch, at least no one was physically hurt. But the same can't be said for what happened when Miguel took the stage at the Billboard Music Awards. As he was flying high with his debut album at the time, Miguel was performing at the BBMAs and wowing audiences with a rendition of Adore. But when he tried to leap from one side of the crowd to the other, things went left.
I know that had to hurt. That had to hurt him. You did not... that bitch had to hurt. Hold on. Cause that did not look like it was supposed to be that did not look like a big crowd. Like, I'm like, nigga, you see, if you literally are seeing how big the crowd is. Even if there's no light there, you can still see how big the crowd is. Depending on how big the crowd is, you should know whether if you want to jump or not. So the fact that you landed on your tailbone, nigga, I guarantee you he landed on his tailbone. Hold on. I was and there was.
And that he didn't just hit a Matt Hardy style leg drop from the top rope.
Hey.
In the aftermath,
shout out to you, know my wrestling, my guy. What you? Oh, sorry. Hold on. Shout out to you, Louaista. What you know about that Matt Hardy leg drop?
And that he didn't just hit a Matt Hardy style leg drop from the top rope. In the aftermath, the whole thing had the world cracking.
Oh, and it's a fan?
That was a well-timed, strategic Hulk Hogan leg drop.
I thought it was only just him dropping on his ass. No, I just seen it now. He leg dropped a fan. Oh, damn. I hope that fan is all.
What it is
was that the fan he dapped up?
So what he did on that stage.
Did he dap up the fan?
Mexican wrestler. I think he did that in rehearsals and he made the jump with a sweatsuit and some Jordans on. But when he was on stage, he forgot you're in a tight suit and some freaking high-heeled wedges. You got wedges on. People don't realize he took out 2 chicks. He kicked one chick with one foot and then strategically damn near decapitated another woman with his other leg.
After the fact, Miguel was constantly questioned about it and claimed that he did everything he could to check on the girl. I think it's kind of clear what happened, but I'm very happy to bring my new friend, Kiati. We just met. Unfortunately, we did not meet under the best circumstances, but I think we're okay. And even though it kept getting brought up, he insisted he handled it the right way.
Day one, the day of, I was mortified.
Yeah.
First of all, because you have to remember, like, I'm still human, so my natural inclination is to be, are you okay? That's the natural. That's the natural thing to do. But the professional part is you have to finish the show. Had I stopped the show, had I stopped it, it would have been even worse.
I would look. Me personally, and this is how I feel. I don't give a damn where I'm at, what show I'm performing. If I accidentally hurted one of the fans there, right? If I'm like trying to do a stage dive or whatever, and I accidentally hit the fan because I didn't meant to, I was just trying to get hyper in the moment, and I accidentally injured the fan, I'm stopping the show right where it's at until when I realize if the fan is okay. You think I give a damn about what people gonna think? Hell no. If I injure the fan on accident, I gotta make sure if they alright so that way they can still wanna enjoy the show. Fuck you, me professional. Fuck all that. Like I said before, I said it before in one of my videos, and I'll keep on saying it. You is a human being first before you're anything like of a celebrity status. Meaning that you have morals first before you have any business or status quo or whatever. So I wouldn't care what anybody would say in the back. I wouldn't care. If I know I accidentally injured somebody, I'm making sure I check on them. I don't care how much of a celebrity I am or of a big musical artist I am. If I think I accidentally hurted somebody, injured somebody, I'm checking. Simple as that.
That's the natural thing to do. But the professional part is you have to finish the show. Had I stopped the show, had I stopped it, it would have been even worse. It would have been extremely worse. On national television, everyone, can you imagine? As soon as the camera pops off, rush to the girl. Are you okay? Come on, let me take you to the infirmary. I escorted her myself, but I'll make sure she's getting the medical attention that she deserves and she needs.
But 2 years later, one of the victims, Cindy, announced that she was suing Miguel and MGM Grand for negligence, claiming his jump caused her injuries. She was reportedly seeking compensation for medical bills and lost wages. Meanwhile, Kiati Shah, who really took the brunt of it, has not filed any lawsuit against Miguel. But sometimes, it's not audience members who are injured at shows, but an artist's credibility. And in the case of Smoke Perp, this would happen in spectacular fashion during a performance at...
Where has his ass been? We have not heard this man. Where has his ass been? Look, I know most of the times I don't keep up with every artist, but I'm just saying. Where has his ass been? And you know what's so crazy about this? I'm seeing more of Lil Pump's crazy shenanigans, whether it's not, even if it's not music or whatever, but I'm seeing more of and that's crazy to say, I'm seeing more of Lil Pump on the internet than this nigga. Where he at?
The David Busters. Once seen as a leading light of the so-called mumble rap wave, Smoke Perp galvanized the massive
SoundCloud era.
Point in time. Initially aligned with Cactus Jack, the rapper and producer likely thought he had longevity, but as it turns out,
he a producer? Hold up. He a producer? This nigga Smoke Perp is a producer. I only know him through music. I did not know this nigga was a producer.
The 1985
could have fooled
that J.
me.
Cole once warned his friend Lil Pump about came into effect. And soon, he got a reputation for being a bad performer, stemming from a Boston show where he left early after only 15 people showed up, and essentially refusing to give the audience what they paid to see.
Last night at his show in Boston, once he realized not that many people were going to be showing up, he decided to dip out after playing like 2 songs. Here's a video of some guys just
I did remember seeing this.
Completely empty, guys. Nobody's in there. Okay, even the DJ's like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, literally, guys, you're looking at about, what, 20 people in a room? Guys posted up on the wall.
At the time, a photographer relayed how poorly he behaved at the show and essentially put him on blast. 3 to 4 songs go by and he's not doing anything. He's walking around looking at the audience. Then I realized that these aren't even his songs.
So you're not even performing your own songs. You're only performing songs of like your friends and whatnot. That's crazy too. So hold on. Hold on. So he's these aren't even his songs. He's playing music from X, Lil Peep, Juice WRLD, and all his. So nigga, you wasn't even playing your damn songs then. So not only you wasn't even doing good at your performing, or you wasn't even performing, you wasn't even performing your songs. Oh, you really a trash performer then.
Lil Peep, Juice WRLD, and all of his friends. Then, as I'm about to go take a photo with him with the crowd, he drops the mic and walks away. The lights come on and he leaves. He promised a meet and greet, but there was nothing. I don't care about perp at all. If you go to a show, regardless of the amount of people that show up, the
give them a performance.
Give them a performance.
Exactly. Even if I don't... Look, at the end of the day, if I'm an artist, and even if there's not a lot of people who showed up, the people who did show up, even if it was one somebody, I'm performing that one. I'm performing in front of that one fan. At the end of the day.
I hate this mentality that there's rappers who feel entitled to the point where they won't even give you the bare minimum for a performance because it wasn't what they expected. The people who planned the show spent money for you to waste it. That's what happened. Exactly. As for the fans, they weren't any less enraged.
That's straight up like some
At
bullshit.
least show up for your fans, the ones that actually waited since 6.
Yeah, we're here
exactly. Exactly. Even if it's not a lot of people, at least show up for the ones who who was there. Selfish ass. That's why I was saying some of y'all rappers need to check y'all egos. And that's why some of y'all right now ain't popping as y'all used to be back in the 2018, 2019 or whatever.
At least show up for your fans, the ones that actually waited since 6.
Yeah, we're here trying to get some.
Some of these people waited till like 6 a.m. or so in the morning just to line up outside the event to go in. So trust me, at least if for them type of people, if I'm a rapper, for them type of people, I'm performing in front of them. I don't care how much it was, whether it was 20,000, 2,000, 200, 20, or 2. I'm performing in front of them. Fuck you.
Money, bro. We're trying to we're trying to help you eat. You're trying to eat somewhere else.
Shortly after that, Smoke Perp was booked to perform at a David Buster's. And to say that the crowd was a little lacking would be an understatement.
My niggas scammers and robbers, yeah, every day.
Damn.
Since then, his reputation has never recovered, and in all likelihood, it won't. But there have been others who managed to get up, dust themselves down, and start over, like Rod Wave, for example. Among the biggest concert draws around right now, Rod Wave consistently packs fans into arenas at a rate that outshines some artists that you consider to be more famous than him. And nowadays, he even adds a bit of theatrics to his performances.
If you ever need me, come see me.
But long before that...
Now what if there was no crash pad there, nigga? Now what if the... Nah, son, I'm sorry. I don't care how much of a performer I gotta be. Nigga, I'm like... Now, what if there was no crash pad there? And I don't want to wish harm on nobody. But what if there was no crash pad there? What would have happened?
But long before that, Rod, who isn't exactly the skinniest rapper around, was getting trolled for
and you're a big nigga
destroying
too.
a stage by stepping on it.
Damn.
Even though he had to cancel the show afterward, Rod kept it lighthearted, posting on Instagram saying, "Pimp down. I repeat, pimp down." Amid endless jokes about his weight, Rod wasn't convinced it was his fault. And in an interview, he suggested that there was sabotage before reconsidering just how much of an entourage he had with him. A lot of whom he
I don't know about that
thing.
Sabotage?
On purpose? Had to be, bro. Like,
Come on, nigga. Why would somebody want to Look. I'm sorry. You can't say sabotage. Because you gotta realize, not a lot of stage, basically like this. People don't have that type of time to want to sabotage you in your try to sabotage your performance. They trying to make sure you have the great, trying to have hold on, let me sort my words out. They're trying to make sure that whenever you're performing on stage, you're good. Making sure the stage is well faulted out and such. They make you gotta realize in rehearsals they make sure not only if the music sounds good, if pyro sounds good, they make sure everything around the stage, from stage to the sirens to the music to everywhere, they make sure everything is good. They make sure they do it work over and over and over until when it's good. So you can't. I don't know about no sabotage, nigga. Cause who have time to want to sabotage you, my nigga? Come on now. Cause unless you didn't do nothing wrong to nobody backstage or anybody around that event, who gonna try to sabotage you? That's all I'm gonna say.
He didn't even know.
Oh, you think somebody did that on purpose?
Had to be, bro. Like I done been in the worst places, bro. I done been in hole in the walls, bro. Like coming up, like doing this shit. I done been away.
But look at that. Look at the many people you got though. I'm sorry. You can't say it's no sabotage if I guarantee you none of your entourage or you has ever done somebody in who's of like the production crew there. I don't think there's no sabotage. I'm just saying, that's just me.
School, but like somebody really, I ain't tripping about that shit, though.
How many people you had on stage with you?
Yeah, we was a little deep though, I ain't gonna lie.
So it could have been your fault.
It could have been though, bro, but damn. Man.
Exactly. If you're saying it's deep and whatnot, and in that slang, when you say that your crew, you got a lot of y'all in deep, when they say it's like in deep, that means there's a lot of motherfuckers there you have with you. So you can't say it's somebody trying to sabotage y'all when 9 times out of 10, it be some of y'all. If you got too many people there with you, you can't say it's sabotage. When you have a lot of people coming on stage with you, my guy.
I ain't tripping about that shit, though.
How many people you had on stage with you?
Yeah, we was a little deep though, I ain't gonna lie.
So it could have been your fault.
It could have been though, bro, but damn, my nigga falling through the stage.
Yeah.
When something goes wrong on stage, the best thing you can do is shake it off and keep going. And Designer did exactly that, even after throwing up mid-performance. At the peak of his fame, this New York rapper was riding high off of Panda, backed by a cosign from Ye and a spot on the Good Music roster. When it came to his live shows, he was known for bringing non-stop energy and giving the crowd everything he had. Well,
I mean, looking like he was on that cocaine.
On one occasion, he gave a little too much, leading him to throwing up mid-performance without even pausing to catch his breath or process what just happened.
Right? Yeah!
After the fact, Designer, who was hit with accusations of drug abuse after this occurred, said it was just a shot of Henny that went wrong.
Bro, man, so that's when you get no sleep, bro, and you book like probably like 4 times a night, bro. Like you just on the road, bro. I was on the road at that time, just like stupid every night, bro. Like it was no sleep, you know what I mean? So I was just getting up, bro, probably in the middle of sleep. No funny. I had me a little shot of Henny, threw that back, went up there, oh, like you know what I mean? It was just you feel me? Let that go. I'm like, all right, hopefully everybody forget about this. Let's keep it going.
Thankfully, he kept it.
At least Designer was the. It's so crazy to think that the nigga Designer, the one who's always gone crazy when it comes to his music, at least he has the calm mind sense to realize, hey, it was my bad, my fault, it was on me. It happened, so move on. At least he had the common sense to held himself accountability for that. The rest of these niggas here talking about somebody sabotage y'all or you trying to pass it off as you flying and whatnot. Get the fuck out of here.
Pushing and managed to conclude the set without any incident. While during one of Ray Shremmer's
like, I'm sorry. Like, Like Rod Wave. Come on now, nigga. You gonna say somebody tried to sabotage y'all? Sabotage. Travis. Fly, you floating. Boy, if you don't... You was too much off of that weed, my guy. Too much off that weed.
Without any incident. While during one of Ray Shremmer's performances, things went a little differently for one of the sibling duo. Running high off their string of hit singles, Ray Shremmer brought a wild party vibe to their live shows whenever they went, with Slim Jimmy appointing himself as the self-styled turn-up king. But at the Governor's Ball in New York, things went a little too far, leading to him taking a nasty fall from a speaker that resulted in a big gash on his leg.
Not the freaking... Not the Mario sounds. Louaista, you petty. Louaista, you ain't right. Why you have to add in those sounds?
As he was taken to be assessed by the medical team, his brother Sway Lee had to kill time while he recovered.
I mean, like, this shit is crazy. Like, I wish I could show you what the fuck just happened right here. That shit is sick. That shit is crazy. On 3, man, we gotta say, God bless Slim Jim. 1, 2, 3. God bless Slim Jim.
But after Sway and their DJ described him as world star level fucked up, Jimmy eventually clarified that he was alright.
Don't pray for Slim, man, because he's really hurt, like, so bad. Like, he hurts so bad right now. Talking about world star fucked up. Hey, yo, I'm not dead.
Despite the injury, he pushed through and finished the show like a champ, only to end up in the ER afterward. And while Slim landed in the hospital, one rapper who was lucky to avoid the fate was none other than Tekashi 6ix9ine, a guy who doesn't exactly have the best track record with crowd surfing. During his initial run in the game, energy was everything for Tekashi 6ix9ine. Led by his high-octane tracks with their shouted vocals, he had no shortage of wild live shows when on his tours. But this love he received didn't always translate when he stepped out of his own bubble, and he would learn this the hard way at a Fetty Wap show when he came crashing down to earth.
Damn! That boy gone. That boy, they said fuck you, nigga. That boy gone.
As you can see, his back took the full brunt of the impact, and it could have gone really bad.
Yowza!
I went to go jump, but I'm so hype on stage, I'm not looking at the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's telling me that I jumped in a group of 10 girls, frail ass girls, you know what I'm saying? When I jump, I hit a spin, so I don't hit nobody with my knees. So I went.
Well, that was your dumbass fault.
And all the girls just mid-air, I see them just move.
But duh. What do you expect? And if they're fragile, you think they're gonna catch up? Look, I ain't trying to disrespect, but let's be honest. With all due respects to all the females out there, let's be honest. If you see a nigga like 6ix9ine or any rapper for that matter, any artist for that matter, they do this, right? Hold on. They do that jump, freaking try to do a 360 or whatever, right? They do that. You gonna catch them? I know I ain't catching them. Especially if I know my ass ain't that strong. That's for damn sure. I know I ain't catching them. Are you?
Mid-air, I see them just move.
I ain't.
I just let God take it from me.
And while he briefly thought he was in real danger, it didn't stop him from doing it again the following day at a Marshmello show with similarly disastrous results.
So you didn't learn your lesson the first time, so you going... You deserve it. And after them, well, this was before he snitched, I can tell. But nigga, you need to tell me you didn't learn your lesson the first time, so you went on to do... You didn't learn your lesson the first time, so you went in again and do it.
It was the day, the next day, I was at Marshmello show. It's just, I'm always, every time I get dropped is when I'm at somebody else's show. It's not my show. So I jumped at Marshmello show.
It wouldn't matter if it was your show or not.
I took a girl with me.
Now, it's a rare occasion when you need to salute Tekashi for getting up and keeping it moving. However, it's not quite as impressive as how Bay Area legend Richie Rich recovered when he got seriously injured on stage. In fact, the OG handled it so well that it went from embarrassment to absolute baller behavior. During a live show with rising Bay Area star LaRussell, Richie Rich was performing their track well.
So even legends can be able to have embarrassing moments.
We doing, and really began getting into it with the young guns. The only problem was that his 56-year-old body didn't cooperate, and he shattered his knee.
Running out hands on right.
Oh, damn.
But amazingly, the Oakland icon wasn't to be deterred, and immediately spit his verse like it was nothing, before eventually changing his verse to insist that he needed some medical attention.
Like an aim for blow. Rocked it up, blew my knee. Do you see that, Joe? Still flowing. Nigga, and I can't stand up. Niggas in the hood call a doc man up. What we doing? Fucking with it.
Damn, even on.
Blew my knee, acting out my age. What we doing? I don't really even give a fuck. What we doing?
And with that, we saw.
Now that's how you recover. Even injured. That's how you recover. That's a fire way of recovering. Even though he blew his knee, but he's still rapping.
Fire ass way. A potentially embarrassing situation into something
to a fire ass thing.
In the aftermath, he got nothing but admiration. It's a lot of rappers, but that's an MC. Didn't lose the flow, kept the crowd going,
kept it going,
himself, kicked the freestyle, and made some jokes after.
That's how most motherfuckers should be. That even if they got an injury, they still kick their little freestyle, and hell, even make jokes of themselves with this situation. So hey,
salute to Richie Rich for showing the younger artists out there
respects to that OG rapper
into gold. It's your boy Louaista, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you want to see me make more of rap's most embarrassing onstage moments, just let me know in the comments down below, because trust me, I got a lot more where that came from. But
hey, shout out to my guy Louaista, man. But hey, shout out to that last one, because that was a fire way of ending how to recover. That not only he blew out his knee, but he said instead of trying to make it seem embarrassing, he just said, nah, let me still kick a little freestyle for y'all and whatnot, and still make some jokes. Hey, fire way of, hold on, one more time, fire way of recovery right there. But hey man, that just goes to show you, some of y'all rappers out there, from the few ones in this video who kept it OG and push it, like Designer, 6ix9ine, and then the Richie Rich rapper. Yeah, shout out to them three. At least they kept it moving, especially 6ix9ine. The fact that we giving him praise of all things, that's crazy. But the other rest, this just shows y'all, some of y'all, like I said earlier, some of y'all rappers need to check y'all ego, cause y'all think that, oh, you think you this type of shit that you nothing bad can happen to you, or nothing can make you feel embarrassed. Nigga, you can still get embarrassed at the end of the fucking day. But hey, shout out to Louaista. Like I said, if you made it to the end of this long ass reaction video, comment down below secondhand embarrassment, and that makes me know you made it this far. But it's been your boy HumbleZiggy signing out. Stay positive, keep the vibes up, and one more time for Louaista, I'm out.